So how many people have heard of the Internet of Things? How many people have heard of wearables? How many people actually have one of those? Good for you. So I'm Guy AlLee. I'm with Intel Security. That's Intel plus McAfee plus Wind River. And I'm going to talk about the Internet of Things, how that's going to expand into medical in a big way, health devices. And just a quick poll, how many people are afraid of the Internet of Things? So everybody else is not yet, right? Hopefully we'll give you a third answer to that before we get to the end of this. But I want to talk about a level set on what the Internet of Things is, what wearables are, what some of the things are that we're seeing in this field, and we'll start right in. What is the Internet of Things? I think of it as robots with phones. So it's basically machines at the edge of the Internet doing all the data we used to do by hand the last 3 decades. Convergence of sensors and IP, and really you're starting to see all kinds of weird applications. You know, you have urinals on the Internet now. You have medical devices on the Internet. That's big data. One of the biggest contributions is you're going to have smart cities on the Internet and doing things, you know, air sensing in London, Dublin, and San Jose, replacing $100,000 sensors with $1,000 sensors, doing all things to help with the city. So what are wearables? Wearables are, well, I think of them as a Timex with Bluetooth. That's what they are for now. There's going to get a little more involved in that, and we're working on moving from the watch to the band there. It actually, the bulletproof one in the lab still. I asked you how many people knew about the Internet of Things. Gartner does a hype cycle every year. Internet of Things is at the very top of it. We're looking down this long, slippery slope through the trough of disillusionment. And a lot of that is because of insecurity. So things on the road, your mobile self-driving Wi-Fi hotspot has been hacked to disable the brakes, to break into the Prius, to get it started, steal it. Your home is under attack, and you better pay attention. You know, people going across the Internet on baby monitors and getting in your thermostat, boiling your fish, or freezing your pipes are all possible outcomes from that. It's important that we secure the Internet of Things. We've had people at Black Hat, the Hackers Conference, demonstrate, you know, everything from jackpotting ATMs to recently talking about how you can take over insulin pumps and how you can take over pacemakers. And so if I get a wearable, I don't have to spend decades learning mystic arts. I can actually take that. There's an app for that if I want to kill you with your pacemaker. Indy, your heart. Weapons of mass destruction, chemical, biological, nuclear. Well, guess what? There's all kinds of definitions that go all the way down to potato guns and cactus needles in bio. The real differentiator is if you disable the first responders, and that's possible with the Internet of Things medical relying on that. So what's a developer to do? Not doing anything is not an answer. So we're going to talk about 3 things here that you can do. So the first is the executive branch is taking action. They've actually sent NIST off to define a framework so that you can evaluate the program you have, make sure you put the right things in place, and then measure it. You know, they've got a rating system kind of like a cargo cult. But it's a way to evaluate it. The other thing you can't do is you can't stick your head in the sand. There are standards in place around the world around manageability in your organization, around automation, around that. And really, we've got an opportunity to take the stuff we already know how to do with critical infrastructure in the power grid and move that into the Internet of Things for medical and wearables. We've got this running on the grid in Texas right now, amenable to doing the same thing for FAA radar for operating rooms. They're all critical infrastructure, and it's all built on hardware, playing with software, playing with containers, and you can actually run jobs inside of those containers, even legacy code that's not even security aware. So then the last thing you have to do is just continually assess the risk. It's an arms race. You invent something, they're going to bring something worse at you. So be paranoid like Marvin here. So in summary, the Internet of Things is here, 50 billion devices in the next, by 2020. You've really moved from the data domain on the Internet to the control domain, so that's critical for security. And really, there are standards already. So take action, and I hope You got another answer now. Are you afraid of the internet? Not anymore.